Well, good afternoon. I'm Chicken Johnny, and today I want to address a subject that's fairly important, and that is suspenders. How to buy them, where to buy them, and what type to buy. Now, there are surprisingly a number of different types of suspenders available. Now, you might be asking yourself, why is Chicken Johnny talking about suspenders? Well, recently my wardrobe choices have come under some, well, let's say criticism. If you watched my last video, you'll know that it ended with John over at Will It Grow complaining about the suspenders hurting his tender shoulders.
With these suspenders here, I don't know, like they put a weight on your shoulders.
Take it off.
Yeah, these things are terrible.
Like, Chicken Johnny's sleeping already.
Yeah, Chicken Johnny's already asleep. So.
It's already
Oh my God. Oh, my back is killing me.
Now, I just want to point out that, John, the reason those suspenders were hurting you is because they were the wrong type of suspenders. Yes. So, I thought I'd do a public service and explain how to choose the right pair of suspenders. Now, you'll know whether or not you need suspenders based on the fact that your pants don't remain around your waist. Now, some people say just put on a belt, and that's fine. I wear a belt. I wear a belt and suspenders. And the reason I do that is to keep my pants up. So there are several different types of suspenders. I want to show you a couple. First of all, these here are work suspenders. This is what I use to hold my tool bags up when I'm working, and you'll notice that they are I don't know how to do this on the camera. They form an X. Anyway, this part connects on the back. This part connects on the front. The back portion is elastic, but it's not really stretchy elastic. It's got a little bit of stretch, but the front is canvas. And they're connected together by this leather yoke. And they're fully adjustable for height. Right here with this little adjustment here, you can adjust them bigger, smaller. Pretty much one size fits all on these unless you're 6'6" or taller. Then you're going to need to probably custom made. But see this piece right here? This piece right here is the clip that clips onto your pant. And then you wrap your belt around the outside of this clip so that it keeps the clip closed. Now these are terrible, and I do not use them anymore. I don't even use them to hold up my tool bags because those clips just don't hold up. They just don't work. Now I will show you, I've got another pair of these same type of suspenders with the same exact clips on them, and I don't wear these anymore either. So there are really only two pairs that I wear often, and then, well, two styles that I wear often, but there is one that I wear on occasion. If I'm going on an airplane, I take these. Now there's a couple of problems with these, so I'm going to show you what that is. But the other thing is, this is a Y style. It's got two straps in front, it's got one strap in back. And these have hooks on them that these hooks, let me get that out of the way. These hooks hook under your belt. They don't hook over it, they hook under your belt, and they work relatively well. The problem with these is they're elastic in the back and they're elastic in the front. And these will destroy your shoulders. They'll pull down on your shoulders, and after a while it hurts your back and it hurts your shoulders really bad. I do use these when we go on vacation if we're going to fly, but I wouldn't wear those any other time because of them being elastic. This is a good pair. This is one that I wear with my dress clothes when I go to church, and I put on a suit and tie. These kind of get hidden underneath. I've got a number of different highly stylized pairs of suspenders that I wear when I get dressed up and go places. But these are my favorites because they kind of make a statement, and they look Christmassy. I like that. But they do have elastic in the back, one piece of elastic. And the idea is to set these up so that the elastic isn't pulling. So the only time the elastic is going to pull is when you sit down, and when you stand up, it'll pull against the pant, the back of the pant to keep the pant up, the front of the pant to keep the pant up in the front. And they're not pulling all the time. They're just so slightly pulling. When you're standing up, they pull a little bit, but not a tremendous amount. And these have to be secured into your pants. These have buttonholes. If you see that, it's a little buttonhole. And there's two ways to attach these to your pants. The one way, and this is the most common way on suit pants anyway, is to attach a button inside the pants. And so this part is inside the pants, buttoned to the inside of the pants. On work clothes, you can use bachelor buttons. Now, bachelor buttons attach to the outside of the pants. The suspenders clip onto those buttons, and that's fine for work pants and that kind of thing. But you can't put a belt on. And I find that I like to wear the belt and the suspenders because that helps distribute the pull of the suspenders around your entire waist. Keeps your pants up a lot nicer. And so what about my daily drivers, my daily suspenders? Well, that's these here. And they're made out of leather. They've got a little buckle here that adjusts them somewhat. They're made out of leather. This is a 1-inch strap. The other ones that I showed you were 2-inch and 1.5 inches. You would think that the thicker the strap, the less fatigue on your shoulders. It really doesn't work that way. If you have them set up right, the 1-inch are fine. And this clips right onto your belt loop. Now, I like these for daily wear, and the reason is you have to take your suspenders off if you're going to use the washroom. So you either have to take them off this way or unbuckle them. The other thing that's nice about the leather is that it doesn't stretch, and these last a long time. So, what type of suspenders should you buy? Well, you need to buy either these hook-on that hook onto your belt loops, and those are the best because you can take them off quickly if you need to use the restroom, and it also allows you to put them on quickly in the morning and so forth. The clip-on ones are just terrible. That's a fashion statement. Leave them loose. They're decoration, eye candy. I don't know. But the leather ones last the longest. The canvas ones are okay, but they aren't as comfortable, and I can't explain exactly why. Now, these aren't cheap. I paid, I think, around $75 for these leather ones, and it took me a long time to work up the confidence to spend that kind of money on a pair of suspenders. It seemed like way too much money to spend, but they have held up. I've worn them every single day, practically anyway, for the last 4 years, and they show little or no sign of wear. I'm probably going to buy another pair just to have, because when they break, they're not going to tell me ahead of time. So now that you've watched this wonderful video explaining the glories of suspenders and how to make sure that you buy the right style, where should you go to get these great suspenders? Well, you're going to have to look on the internet. You're going to have to find a place. There's a couple of different places that specialize in suspenders, and because they're not supporting this channel, I'm not going to point one out or the other one out. I'm just going to tell you, you have to get them from the internet. You can buy the cheap clip-on suspenders at Walmart or even at Home Depot. But to get a decent pair of suspenders, you're going to have to go to a clothing shop on the internet. By the way, there's one other type of suspender connection that I neglected to mention earlier. There's one that has just a loop at the bottom. I don't own a pair like that. Originally, I wanted to get a pair like that, and then I got to thinking about how you put your suspenders on. And to get those loops on, particularly in the back, is going to take a little help, or you're going to have to reach around somehow and get the belt into the loop while it's going into the belt loop. And I don't know, it just seemed like more trouble than it was worth. So I never bought a pair like that. If you buy a pair and you like them, put a comment down in the comment section. So just to reiterate what I've said, there's two different styles of suspenders. There's the X style and the Y style. I wear the Y style suspenders most often. I find that they work just fine. I like a leather suspender, a 1-inch wide. Anything thinner than 1-inch wide is really a fashion statement, and I'm not trying to make a fashion statement. I just want to keep my pants up. The 1-inch wide is going to last a long time. It's going to hold up, and it's not going to put a lot of weight on your shoulders. You're going to pay about $75, $100 for a good pair of suspenders, but they're going to last you a long, long time. And really, in order to make suspenders look right, you need some gray in your beard, and a bald head would help a lot. So I'm Chicken Johnny, and this is everything you'd ever wanted to know about suspenders and more. Emitzer Shem, I'll see you again. Eat your vegetables. Thanks for watching.